What's up, everyone? Daddy Robux here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Karis is the DM through the series, so we'll turn it over to her for the recap. Go ahead, Karis.
Beneath the surface of the world lies a whole other world of huge networks of caverns and caves. There are the buried realms, the darklands, deep wastes, the earthroot, the glimmer sea, and it goes on and on, each with its own ecology and denizens. Land and animal life are as varied underground as on the surface, ranging from small insects to hook horrors or shadow dragons, which set up their realms deep down. Everything can and should be expected. Even the occasional Goliath dropping in from the surface above. Which we're hoping won't happen. Our heroes, always in search of funds, have decided to clear out a mine outside of Tourmaline. Now, the pay offered for this by Speaker Matthew was not impressive. So they assumed that it's expected to supplement that with gems from the mine, obviously. And they are no strangers to work. In fact, they've taken a leadership role among the kobold and goblin workers of Tourmaline, organizing them into unions to negotiate for fair pay and safe working conditions. They have even proposed changes to the town tax laws, benefiting the community as a whole. In fact, you could say this expedition to the mines is research into the current situation. Yeah, that's totally it. That's totally what 8 hours of unskilled mining was about. Totally. Anyway, they haven't seen any monsters, or marauding kobolds, or anything else except a couple of quickly dispatched rats. They have seen a rickety catwalk around the rim of a huge shaft with no discernible bottom. And, the smaller parties crossed with ease, but our Goliath friend, Azathoth, he has a leg stuck in the broken-through planks as he nearly fell down to the waiting maws of the denizens in the Underdark. Lunch. Anyways, that might have been all good. Nice, fresh meat. That would have been good. But let's see if that actually happens. We're going to rejoin them now and see where this exploration will take them.
Ooh. So I'm not falling to my death?
Not yet.
Okay.
We shall see what happens.
Do you need a roll?
Well, you had the roll. You haven't fallen through yet, but you're kind of stuck in there at the moment.
So I'm gonna reach out with my hands, trying to find purchase on one of the planks. And since Pip is just up the catwalk where I can still see him, hey! Pip!
What did he say? My thing froze.
I said
he's yelling for you.
I said, hey, Pip. I need help. Apparently, Pip is just gonna let me die.
Apparently.
Tally's steps forward, seeing Azathoth sitting there. Don't worry, and I'm going to cast web around sort of him and sort of below him as well. Hang on, let's post it. So it fills up a
20-foot cube.
A 20-foot cube. So it's pretty much going to be like all the way like sort of across here and back and sort of down as well. So the whole area is just full of webs, and they're all clinging to like the underside of the boards. So there's plenty of substance sort of holding him there.
Kind of fills the space, yeah.
That's a lot of webbing.
Now I'm stuck in the hole.
Well, you're not going to fall. I can pull you. We can try and pull you out now.
Yeah, how are you going to pull him out of the webbing, though?
Well, that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to reach down and give him the help action for him to try and try and pull him out.
I get to make a save when you cast web, right?
If you want, if you, yeah,
You can choose to fail.
Why would I want to choose to fail?
but yeah, it's a dex save.
Because even if I'm not stuck in the webs, theoretically they would like glue all the planks together, make them a little more. All right, so dex save. Hi-ya! Oh. All right, I am webbed.
Well, I did say your leg was trapped in, as you sort of partially fell into the broken planks there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
It prevented you from escaping.
All right, let's try and help him out. Hey, Cairo, we could probably use your strength here, trying to get Azathoth out.
No. If he walks onto the bridge, we're all dead.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do to help, and I'll reach down and see if I can help pull him up.
And with your intimate knowledge of the catwalk now, you can kind of tell it's like, okay, this feels rickety here.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping my webbing will do the job, because as long as it's anchored between points, you can sort of cross it. So
use its action to make a strength check against. Okay, so strength check to try and get out.
Yep, but I'm helping you as well.
Oh, it's advantage. Can I use athletics, or is it just straight strength? It doesn't. I'm asking you, Karis.
I would allow athletics.
Oh,
yeah, I was sitting here looking at it to see, but I would allow athletics.
I can't move my
Destiny!
arms. They're glued
Destiny,
to my
Azathoth! Absolute destiny here, Azathoth.
They're trying to kill me. All right. Well, just go without me. Is it like it's like he's in a straitjacket? He's just wriggling around.
You could try to use a pitten in the wall as an additional handhold.
I suppose, but I think he's at the minute he's tangled up in the webbing and can't really climb up. Maybe somebody with a little more muscle can help him out. I'm clearly not built for lifting one as large and mighty as he.
All right, I guess Landar will try and step up and try and assist him getting out this time. See if we can pull him out of there.
You want me to make another check, Karis?
Sure, with advantage.
Nope, it doesn't matter. I'm getting out of this hole. So I would imagine that Lander reaches down
And you make it look easy.
to try and grab him, and he just kind of flexes his arms and just rips out of the webbing, and then he just scrambles up, and then we're just gonna run right past everybody. Get out of my way! And then
Which way? Oh, you're running that way? Hang on.
don't do this
Give me a
to me.
dex save right here.
No. Oh.
It creaks. It starts to break. You manage to step on. You're moving fast enough. You manage to step across to get on the other side. But everyone can clearly see there's. Actually, let's put on the map. Let's. Watch out here, and watch out here. Ah! There.
Somebody grabbed my lantern. I left it in the webbing.
All right, can I easily grab the lantern if I get up close to it, or am I gonna have to like try and yank it out of there?
How big and heavy are you? Let's see.
That's the special lantern too.
About 170.
Okay, because I didn't know. I knew how much your equipment weighed, but I didn't find your weight on your player sheet. So, yes, moving carefully and gingerly and trying to work around the break. Yes, you are able to reach over and get the lantern, and it's also fortified with some webbing, although that's kind of a squishy feeling.
Okay. So grabbing the lantern and then making my way across the other side.
So you'd need to make a save if you enter the area or start your turn in the webbing.
Is it
Um,
dex save for entering or strength still?
deck save to not get stuck in it.
That particular lantern should be able to be moved by anybody now. What's your DC, Spartan?
15.
Lendar's stuck. You didn't. The good news? You did not fall down into the chasm.
Web is concentration. No, it's not.
It is, yeah. Concentration up to an hour. Yeah, I say I need to hold the webbing because if anybody falls, the webbing will catch them. Might make it a little trickier, but
So
I'm just gonna kind of tap Pip on the shoulder. Let me stand in the doorway.
okay, we're not hearing Pip.
I don't think he said anything.
And his mouth moved.
Oh. From here, I would just kind of try to take out my rope and throw it over to Lander where he would be able to grab it.
Okay.
So here's the plan, right? Just Lander's gonna grab the rope, and I will pull him to safety. After he makes it across, I will throw the rope over to Tale, and then you can lie down on the catwalk, and I will pull you to safety.
okay. Guess we'll get rid of the I'll get rid of the webbing then.
No, that's the safety net, remember?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna drag you
It's gonna
through
pull
the
me through.
webs. You'll be quite dirty at the end of it all, but
What?
I'm thinking
is
like
sterile.
cotton candy, right? Like you're
No,
gonna get
webbing
dragged
is
through,
sterile.
and it's just gonna kind of wrap around you.
I mean, yeah, I'll look fluffy.
So I just roll a d20. As you're being pulled through, let's just have a round of d20s for Landar and Tallies. And okay, they're 11. Let's just see how big of a mess this is. Tallies and okay. All right. Well, Tallies makes it look easy as he gets through. Landar comes through without too much difficulty. It's kind of sticky and all, but he's able to just sort of keep moving and get across. Okay, so everybody is across. And Landar, well, oh, wait, we haven't taken Cairo across yet. Cairo, if you're going to have the rope tossed to you, I need roll a d20 for me, and let's see how easily this is for you. Oh, you're big and heavy, aren't you?
Wow. No chill.
I think Andwise and Pip need to make some room because there's
Yeah.
like 6 of us taking up 4 squares here.
So in that area there, scroll a little further. So there's a wooden pulley system constructed around a large hole in the floor, and so the cross brace you see right there is kind of the top of the pulley system. There's a bucket big enough to hold a humanoid. hold by a thick rope, and these little alcove things have various wood and mining equipment and stuff sort of stashed into them.
But we can.
And while you're in front,
Can we maneuver our way around it?
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
Andwise going to
slowly.
try?
Yep, I'm gonna slowly move over here to make room for everyone
Okay.
else to come into the room as well.
Okay. Okay. 11. All right. So Cairo has a little bit of difficulty, but that's sticky stuff. Cairo, you really don't like sticky stuff. It's just, it gets in your paws, it gets in your armor. It's just, so we probably have a grumpy lion that manages to get across. Okay. So there is a bucket big enough to hold a humanoid. The bucket is down though. It's not here. You can look down and you can see it's down a ways. Down at the bottom.
It
So
looks like
there's-
it go down.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah. But it's only big enough for a single. Like we have to go one at a time.
You're gonna bring it up and get a closer look at it?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay. So pulling it up as it comes up, I mean, there's a pretty clear crank here that you can use to raise the bucket up. And it looks like there's a crank inside the bucket too. No idea how the physics works on this, but whatever. Anyways, so it comes up and it looks like it would hold, maybe two smaller creatures or one, it's going to be a little bit tight for Azathoth or Cairo. Pip and Andwise could probably go together and it would comfortably fit either Landar or Thales. But so you do see there's a mechanism inside that you don't have to leave somebody up above.
Well, do we send Andwise and Pip down together first, so that at least there's at least two down there? Because we don't know what we're getting into going down.
That's true.
Why would we send the squishies down? Why not someone a little more beef to them go down first? That way, if there's anything down there,
That makes sense as well. I mean, we can always send maybe Azathoth or Cairo down, and then send Andwise and Pip down next.
Sure. I will volunteer. And I'm gonna step towards the bucket.
Okay, so it lowering it down, the mechanism creaks as it descends down to the floor of a small cave, which Warbucks is over here.
Over where?
Upper right.
So are you getting okay?
I'm pinging it. Do you want me to move you or
I
can
can't
move you?
see the ping if I'm looking down there. Just show me where to place myself.
M7. There you go. Yes. Okay. So there are two dusty tunnels leading in opposite directions from there.
Alright, I'm just gonna wait at the bottom for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Right. Who's next? Tallies?
Sure. I mean, I'll go, or Pip and Andwise. Whoever.
does
Do you
anyone
guys
else
want to
have
go
a
next?
light up here?
I mean, I can light a torch if I needed to, but I guess not. All right, I'll go next. I'll hop in.
Okay. Now let me see if I can. Warbucks, could you move him? I'm having difficulty panning and dragging something that far on the screen at the same time.
Who am I moving?
Moving Tallies to join up with you. Thank you so much. Okay, you're in the nice dusty room. Who's next? Actually, I can do this. Everybody at
Landar,
the top is just Landar. Okay. Next. Cairo? Cairo, I didn't hear you say anything. Okay. I'll move Pip. Okay. So, everybody's in a nice dusty room with dusty corridors going off each direction.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to move the lantern to that next quarter above us.
Okay.
While he shines light to the north, I'm just gonna kind of stand here and hold up the lantern to illuminate the hallway to the south.
Okay. So, to the north, what you can see,
Hey, Scott.
there's a ledge up here about 5 feet higher than, the part down here, similar to what you saw in the mining room down below. And with the slope going up on each side. The walls above the ridge, there's all sorts of gem deposits. This is clearly an active mining area. As you move closer in, you can hear the sounds of waterfall off to the west. And down to the south, all you see what you see is the walkway there. So over there, you see a hole in the chamber that opens out to that central shaft that Azatoth almost went down. If you were to lean through and look up, you would. Oh no, did he release the webbing? He's probably released the webbing by now.
Actually, no. I'm still concentrating on it. I don't know why.
Okay.
But
So if you turn and look,
yeah.
if you turn and look up, you can see the webbing. That was a 20-foot cube, and you came down 15 feet. So actually, you can see the webbing kind of across from you there. But that's a fairly small hole.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, it's full over that way, guys. I can see the waterfall. I can see your web you put up earlier, but it's just more hole.
well,
I guess we should go the other way then.
yep.
Actually, and wise. A little bit of movement up near the ceiling catches your attention up over here. Oh, and you move that there. Ah, okay.
Well, yeah, better to see whatever it is I just saw.
All right, so you see what you just saw, and it tries to hide back in the corner.
What is it?
Guys, we're not alone. I don't know. I've never seen one before.
Oh, actually, I have a picture of that. No, that's the only picture I'm going to show you at the moment.
Can I potentially make a check to see if I know anything about them?
Sure. Give me Arcana? Let me see. What kind of thing is this? Yeah, either Arcana or History.
Okay. I'll go with Arcana.
Well, what you know is that you don't remember what it's called, but you know the thing can be hostile, but it prefers lone targets. It won't take on a clearly stronger party group.
Ah,
Okay. I can't remember the specifics of that creature, but it's more of an opportunist. It's not the kind of thing that's gonna necessarily try and fight us all.
Something about a paralytic venom.
And they also have venom that can paralyze you. But again, I don't think the creature's likely to attack a group. But we should avoid becoming separated, especially if there are going to be more of them around here.
or we can just, and I set the lantern down and pull out my glaive. We'll make quick work of it. It's obviously the monster that's been terrorizing the mine.
Or that.
You gonna go for it?
Is there any reason not to?
Yep. Landar's on the sword, so
We have been hired to clear the mines. There is a monster in the mine.
Tally's
All
ready
right.
with spells. Azathoth is ready for this.
Azathoth is ready for this. All right. Do we have everybody in there? Two, three, four. Oh, yeah, we have everybody except for Pip. Alrighty. So, there's a start button here. There's the start button. Azathoth, do your thing.
So it's up on the ceiling, right?
It is up on the ceiling with long tendrils
So
hanging
how
down.
far away is it?
It is, it's about 10 feet up, but the tendrils do hang down like this.
It doesn't matter. You said the magic number. So I'm gonna walk forward and I'm going to swing at him with my 10-foot reach. Ew. So, yeah.
This might be over really quickly. Okay. 17.
Yes.
Let's.
I think that's it. My bonus action attack is only 5-foot range. So I'm gonna give him a smack and then shake my fist at it. Come down here! And I'll be done.
Okay. Tallies.
All right. Tally's is gonna take out the diamond that he recently procured and wave his hand over it and shoot out a bolt of, let's see, bolt of force with it.
Ooh, squish the thing.
Solid concussive force with a chromatic orb. Oh, okay. It's gonna say cold, but it's force.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, it goes squish. This is not going to last very long.
Following that, Tally's is gonna move. Let's see, that's 25 feet, so I'll move so that other people can get into the room.
Okay, Cairo.
Okay. I'm going to move up there.
This is
could have
not going to last very long.
Can Cairo reach it? Can he reach it with the
Axe
melee attack?
slices through it, and two of the tendrils fall off of it, and it is, gouts of whatever that ichor stuff is. All sorts of fun slashing here.
That's it for me.
Hey, Andwise.
All right. Well, I see him attacking it, so I will also attack.
And Andwise gets the kill. And the thing drops and it goes spoof onto the floor. See, that was only worth 50 gold, right?
Yeah, and it's not single use, which is even better. So Tali's now that there's danger around, he's going to go ahead and put a shimmering field of force around himself.
Okay. And is that not concentration? Okay.
Do you think it was the only one around? And Landor starts scanning to see if he can see anything else moving.
It's likely that there's either more of those or maybe some other dangers nearby.
We should move carefully. I'm sure there are other perils. I mean, surely they didn't abandon the mine just for this.
All right, I'm gonna move the lantern along the ceiling to make sure there's no more of them hiding up there.
And you don't see any up there at all. Okay, yeah,
So-
nope. You look around, poke into any nooks and crannies you see. You don't see anything moving or movable.
Nothing else of interest in this chamber?
Nope.
Then I'm gonna start walking away.
Okay.
Perhaps we should check out the South Pass.
No need. You can see from here,
So-
it's a dead end.
And as you see out this way, this room looks to be set up kind of as you can see some tables and chairs and things like that. It kind of looks like a break room.
We're gonna go investigate the break room.
As you get about there, we need to roll initiative again because you hear some screeching as a couple of kobolds come
Kobolds?
come to screeching out to attack you.
Is this where I point out that he... and they're obviously hostile, right? You said...
They are definitely coming to attack you, yes. That's
Just in the
not-
interest of giving it a try, Tali's, as he sees them running towards us, will call out in Draconic, stand fast or be destroyed.
Well, he just moved into my reach. That
Yeah,
would-
he did.
That would provoke...
We might not actually need initiative here. But go ahead.
Alright, so... It's a kobold, right? He could
Mhm, it
eventually
is.
become a comrade, so... when he steps into my reach, I will use my opportunity attack to attack him, but I am going to do it non-lethally.
Okay. That is a hit. And that would drop him unconscious.
So then, hopefully...
And the other one, still screeching, turns around and starts running the other way.
Oh.
I'm only going to move him 5 feet, though, because it's not his turn yet.
I'm going to turn around and look at Andwise. That counts, by the way.
Andwise might dispute that, but... Okay! I don't think I'm going to bother with initiative. I don't think this is really going to be combat here, so let's... okay, so you guys are coming in, screeched, hit him, that one dropped unconscious, the other one turned around, screeching, heads out. Starts running away.
Alright, well, if he runs, I'm going to step forward. I'm going to pull out my handy dandy manacles, and we're going to slap them on the kobold here until he's no longer wanting to attack us, acting all crazy like.
Okay, so he's essentially restrained with the manacles. Okay.
Alright, and then look around to the party. What was that about?
I don't know. I mean, the mine owner or whoever it was said that it's that the kobolds came in here. They were hostile and violent, unlike the kobolds that were in town. They might be from a different group.
Yes, that is very interesting. Clearly distracted, looking around this break room, trying to see if there was anything that had been abandoned that we could repurpose.
Tallies will call out in Draconic again. Your friend isn't dead. We're not here to kill you, but if you come back and talk to us, then we can see if we can work something out.
Give me persuasion. Let's see how charismatic you are here.
I'm gonna go ahead and
You are very charismatic. You are so amazingly charismatic and reassuring and calming. And you sort of see a head kind of peek out. Are you sure?
Yes, if you don't attack us, we have no need to attack and kill you.
And I will. So, best to play nice.
Play nice.
Come, tell us your name.
Well... I'm Thwip. This in here, and he kind of touches him with his toe tip. This in here is Scarp.
Okay. So, Thwip, what are you and Thought doing here? And why did you attack us?
Well, I was scared these big people coming in. I mean, we were taking care of a rat over here, and we dealt with the rat. We were checking the rat, and you startled us.
Okay. Well, we've been sent here to deal with the situation in the mine. I mean, what are you and Scorp doing here?
Well, we took shelter. Nobody else was using it. We took shelter in here. I mean, we were chased out of the foothills from the cairn by this yeti. I mean, it was eating some of us, and we came down here. We took. This was a nice place. It was a nice, comfortable shelter, except for something that keeps. Don't go off alone by yourself because something causes you to disappear.
We found a creature in one of the other rooms that we dealt with it. Hopefully there aren't any more of them. Though it wasn't really too much of a threat to us, luckily. So, is it just the two of you here, or are there any more?
Well, there's lots of us.
Okay.
Many, yes.
Well, why don't you take us to the rest of you so that we can talk to whoever's in charge and see if we can get this situation sorted out.
That's Trex. Trex is in charge. And he kind of leans down over his, he kind of taps him. Is he gonna wake up? Is he okay? Wake up! Wake up.
He'll wake up. Azathoth just gave him a knock to the head, but he'll be okay.
Here, I thought his head was thick.
Well,
Maybe it
Azathoth's
was
pretty
thick
strong.
glass.
Azathoth's pretty strong. I mean, look at him.
How menacing does Azathoth look at the moment?
He would be like, his glaive is just kind of pointed down. He's got both hands on the butt, and he's just standing there, just glaring.
You're sure he's not a monster? He looks
Oh.
like one of them big Goliath folk.
He is, and he's definitely a monster when he's angry. So, maybe it's a good idea to keep him in a good mood, eh?
I didn't do nothing. You can have my rat. Do you want the rat?
No, but we could. But you can take us to Trex, and we can, find out
Okay.
what's going on and see if we can solve the problem.
Okay. And he leans down and he starts trying to pick up his cohort there, sort of dragging and start dragging him down the.
I turn and translate everything for the rest of the party. Say he's they were chased from the foothills by a yeti that managed to get some of them, but there are more of them inside. He's going to take us to the leader of their collective. Maybe we can get the situation sorted out.
Okay. If I move this, you guys can see where I move the lantern, right?
Yes.
Because I have it set for everybody. Because rather than trying to move all of you through these tunnels, it's gonna be so. As you pass there, there's a dead rat over here. So the tunnels go and it wraps around and around and it goes down, and then I'm gonna take you down to. Hang on here. That comes out. No, not there. Here. There. Comes out down here. Ah, where'd the lantern go?
The lantern's there.
Oh, why did it move over there? It brings you out down here. So with the lantern, everybody can see, and you guys are kind of coming down through the tunnel and down and around, and you come to another catwalk.
Fun.
Yeah, this one's very, very similar to the catwalk up above. Let's see. Opens out of the center shaft. The wooden walkway extends from the opening and then runs westward over to another tunnel in the rock. There is a large bucket, like the one you saw earlier, dangling from a taut rope that stretches across the shaft and it crosses to another. So instead of going up and down, this is kind of one of those rides.
It's like a zip line.
Zip line. That's the very word I was trying to think of. Yes, thank you. It goes across to another catwalk over there.
Okay. Which way does the kobold lead us? Because it looks like it comes off over here as well.
Kobold. Okay, where's it? Oh, you're moving people over. Thank you. So these kobold, not that. I'm on the wrong layer. Come here, kobolds. The kobolds lead down to over to this entrance over here. I'm gonna move him off. As you come, so are you going to cross? He trips across just fine, with no care, over into the other side.
I'm going to move very slowly and carefully, examining the bridge before I take a step.
Thwip suddenly looks embarrassed.
Well,
This one's safe.
this one, you mean the bridge?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take another step.
And it feels fine. It feels sturdy and in good repair, and Flip is looking kind of embarrassed.
Why are you making that face?
Well, we didn't want people coming in here, and we kind of, adjusted. We kind of adjusted the bridge up above. Yeah, that's it. Adjusted. Mm-hmm.
Ah. I
Sorry.
see.
Nobody was hurt, right?
I should throw you down the well.
No. And he comes right off and runs into a very odd-looking kobold, which from there you should be able to see. He's got what looks like a fake pair of dragon wings made out of wood and a tattered white cloth attached to his back. There we go. And he stands with a different sort of posture to it. And as Flip comes running by, he sort of comes to a quick stop in front of this guy here who's standing there looking important. And he kind of looks sort of evaluatingly at you and down at Thwip and says, in perfect common, "So what's this all about?"
Well, we had been hired by the people that own the mine to clear out any obstructions here. And I kind of just look disapprovingly at all the kobolds.
Well, okay. I suppose that means they actually want this place again.
Seems like it, yes.
Well, we sought refuge here. We thought no one was in here. We saw as we were coming up, we saw some humans leaving. But, and so we thought, okay, it was free for us. But in that case, maybe we ought to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'll say in Giant to Azazoth, maybe they'd want to join the kobolds in the town.
Ah, you and I, we think alike. And I turn back to the kobolds. If you need somewhere to stay, there is actually more of your kind in the town above.
Is there?
Yes.
I mean, The everlasting winter has made the wilderness unsafe for my kind, and the preternatural cold dulls our wits. Please, we do only want a place to stay so we can stay out of this horrible weather, and we can work and we won't cause trouble. This town, you say, sounds perfect. It would be the richer for having us.
If you're willing to work, that's all the better. The kobolds that live in the town actually work here in the mine. If you were to go up and join them, I'm sure they'd allow you to bolster the workforce. You'd even earn some coin for your efforts.
Sounds absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it does.
I think that's
You guys leave, we get paid, and no one gets thrown in the well, I say, glaring at Thwip.
it's over here in the North Tunnel hiding behind Trex. Well, this sounds quite satisfactory. I think that we might accompany you.
So I'm just gonna turn to Andwise. Well, this is an elk in a berry bush, isn't it? Very fortuitous. Easiest 50 gold I ever made.
If these are what's causing the issue, we haven't finished exploring. There might be more in here yet.
Hey, you with the wing.
And he stands it with excellent posture. Yes?
Have you seen any other creatures living down here in the mines? That one said about people disappearing.
Those who go off in isolation have failed to return. Going in pairs or groups seems to prevent that, so we lost 2 or 3 of our brethren before we had noticed this pattern. We have not actually seen what it is that does this, or rather, those who have seen what does it have not returned.
So I'm gonna turn around to the group. Sounds like that thing that we killed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, good news then. The path is clear. All of you group together, run to the surface, and get out of the mine quickly now. You know what they say: the fast goat provides the drink, and the slow goat provides the food. So if you tarry, you're surely going to be killed and eaten. So run along.
You appear to have the way somewhat blocked, good sir.
I'm gonna squeeze past them, and we're all just gonna take turns shuffling around so we can get to the back of the hallway here.
So he picks up, which was kind of right behind him on the floor, this kind of old tattered satchel, and kind of clutches it very close to him, and then with some dignity comes up and kind of kicks at Scorp and, "Come, my brethren," and the others do move very much like kobolds, and they're sort of looking around. They're a little bit nervous, they're a little bit uncertain, they kind of almost skitter, but they follow Trex. So are the others, I assume, are going to make way for the not goblins, for the kobolds?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Right.
just move them out of the way.
What check would be required? Because something didn't seem right about their leader. Would that be an insight or?
It would be insight.
I was gonna say Tally's was gonna ask the kobold, but we can talk to them when we get back.
You can
back to camp.
ask. You can ask. There's definitely something off about that. He wasn't lying exactly, but there was something very off about Trex. You might even say he was kind of the most unkobold-like kobold you've ever heard of.
Yeah, Tally's question would have been, so you seem different to normal kobolds. What's your story?
I am a leader. I am one of the winged kobolds that leads among our people. I am dedicated to the dragons and lead in their worship.
Indeed, but you speak with the eloquence of of a of a humanoid nobleman. Why, or perhaps a scholar? I mean, you must have spent some time living uh, among the townspeople for you to be able to speak that way. I can't imagine you being able to speak the way that you do, living out in the wilds as most kobolds do.
Nonsense, nonsense. We were escaping from the Yeti and we took shelter under the blizzard that was out there. And as I awoke, I realized that I was inspired, and I was inspired to be a leader, and I have led my people since.
I'm gonna use my once a day being able to cast a ritual as an action, and I'm gonna cast detect magic. There,
Magic. Would that actually show as magic? What does this show as? I don't think it shows as magic. So no, I don't think you pick up anything with that.
Okay. Interesting. I'd be quite interested to hear more about it once we get back to town, but I think we need to finish clearing out this place, making sure there are no more of those creatures that snack on people one at a time. But if you're up by the entrance, or if you head to the town, then we'll meet you there and see if we can put in a good word with you with the townsfolk.
That sounds delightful. And will it be obvious where to go once we get there?
I give them a gist of from the entrance to the cave to sort of where the town is.
I thank you, good sir. And he heads up the ramp. Okay.
Looking around the area that they had occupied, there's nothing of interest, right?
There really isn't. It's kind of dusty, and it's not even it's not even immediately obvious why they were why they were there.
Perhaps we should go across the other platform.
Possibly, if there's something dangerous on the other side, I'd probably explain why they're all in this cramped little corridor.
Okay.
All right, so do we head? I think that's it, right? Oh, there's something else over there. If we're standing here, can we?
How far can your mage hand get from you, handwise?
30 feet.
Okay. So you can see that there are caverns there. You can't. I mean, you can see because you can see what the lantern can see, but it's mostly just what the light shows. You can sort of, from where Tolly's is, line of sight to, let's see here. Let's look at line of sight.
Tolly
You can't
see
really
anything.
tell. Yeah, you can't really tell what's there.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at the zip line. How secure does it look?
It looks about as secure as the bucket you guys descended in up above. I mean, it looks, and the mechanism to go across and come back seems equivalent.
All right, I'm gonna cross.
Ugh.
Hey. Which way are you going? Okay, as you get a closer look at that, this looks very much like an active mining space, although this has got sparkling geodes greeting you as you enter into it. They're partially exposed in places, sticking out from the walls like glassy shards. The same sort of ridge that you've seen before with the ramps. So this looks like very much the current rich vein that the miners were working on.
All right, that's all fine and dandy. I'm gonna move the mage hand along the ceiling to make sure there's nothing hiding up there.
You do not see any squishy stuff up there, no, and you see no tendrils dangling down. So in this room, you do see geodes sparkling and all, but something catches your eye just on the edge. You think if you go a little further and you'd be able to see something. Right about there. So peeking out from the wall there is a fossilized skull. About 5 feet off the ground, so it's, you're looking up slightly at it. And the skull has larger than normal eye sockets, and there's sort of a curious ridge between the eyes. You don't see anything that looks like a nose socket for a skull. And where you would expect to see teeth, there are 4 small holes.
All right, let's move the lantern closer, try and get a better look without actually getting closer.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm also gonna search for traps.
All right. Give me investigation. There's a shard on the floor that kind of jabs your foot and distracts you.
Ow, what the? And then I'm gonna look at whatever it was that just stabbed me.
It's just a sharp shard of geode that was down there. You hear kind of an echoing voice. Sounds like it's probably Azathoth. It has sort of an impatient tone to it.
Yeah, that was Azathoth, man. I'm gonna holler back. There's a skeleton that looks kind of weird. Otherwise, it looks like just another mining area. All right, I'm gonna investigate that skeleton. Curiosity and all.
Okay. So what is anyone else doing while he's doing this?
I'm
I guess.
standing over here trying to see.
Should we go across? Doesn't seem like there's any danger. He's just poking around.
Nope, don't trust that zip line. I'm gonna stay right here and keep yelling at him. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening?
That rope is this. I don't like dangling over.
I suppose we'd be able to see, like, from here. It's a straight shot into that room. I guess we would be able to see him since he's carrying the lantern.
Yeah, you can see that he's looking at something. Because you can see his rear end.
Tallies will say, "Well, I'll go over. I mean, I'm not quite as weighty as you, so it's probably less of a danger to me. And if I do start to fall, I can always throw some webbing out and try and catch myself." So I'll go. Is there like a mechanism to pull the bucket back across?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll pull the bucket back across and then try and winch myself over.
Okay. And you get over fairly easily.
What you got
And
there?
Go ahead.
Sorry, yes. What you got there, Andwise?
Well, it's a skeleton against the wall here, but the skull doesn't look like a normal skull. I mean, there's no place for the nose. Where the teeth would be is this weird mouth with like 4 holes in it, and the eyes are kind of large. It does not look right. There's something off. Something's going on in here.
Yeah, I'll give it a check over, see if it rings any bells, if anything that I've across before.
Give me Arcana.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay, so as you get in and start looking closely, this sort of, you can feel it almost at the edge there, and you lean down and you kind of look, because it's about 5 feet off the floor, so it's a little bit leaning down for you, and you kind of look, it niggles, and you catch a glimpse of something kind of inside the skull, and back inside the skull where the brain might be, that you can just barely get a glimpse of.
Okay. Can I identify what creature this is with that roll as well?
You kind of think that might be maybe that ridge, the shape. You start trying to sort of envision what it would be like. You know, this kind of matches some of the pictures you've seen in books about mind flayers.
All right. So I started like looking at it, and I noticed that thing in the back, and then I kind of look as if I'm going to go and take a bit of a closer look, and then I kind of turn to Anwise, and I'm like, "Well, this creature, if it is what I think it is exceptionally dangerous. I don't know if you ever heard of a creature called a mind flayer, but they are horrendously dangerous creatures, and well, this one's looks dead, I guess, but I wouldn't want to meet a live one."
A what? What are they talking about? I can't hear across this pit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially
The
while also you've
waterfall-
got the noise of the waterfall too.
Yeah, the waterfall is just making too much noise. I have no
I'm gonna
idea what
start
they're doing.
picking up
I'm gonna-
rocks and kind of chucking them across. And then when
I'm-
one of them turns and looks, I'm just gonna hold out my hands, like what?
Tallies is going to try and see what's in this skull while Andwise goes and, I guess, addresses the party.
So are you looking, or are you physically trying to manipulate
so
it?
if I can't like just see anything from looking, then yeah, I'm gonna try and pick it up and have a look.
Okay, so I mean, it's poking out from the wall. It's kind of stuck in the wall, and as you kind of start trying to do it a little bit, it kind of crumbles in your hands. And where the brain would have been, you see a crystal shard.
Okay, I will pick up the crystal shard and examine it. This has been less than 10 minutes since my conversation, right?
Since, yeah, probably.
Okay, so my detect magic will still be up, just in case that gleans anything.
It's yes, it does glow as it does glow as magic, and it would be of the school of Evocation.
Okay.
That's not good.
It might not be
So-
good. All right. Well, I mean, like I said, I've already picked it up and I'm looking at it. I guess there's nothing on it that would immediately tell me sort of what it is, or give me any inclination as to what it does.
Pick it up and shake it. That always does it.
Need a history check. So this is something very you vaguely remember somewhere in reading about mind flayers, and possibly how would you describe this? As the result of a trauma that this would have formed in the brain, and as part of the fossilization, and it took final form as part of the fossilization of the brain. So that in some sense this is part of the brain of the mind flayer.
Okay. I take it I don't really know what those things do. I just kind of have an idea of what it is.
Correct.
Okay. I start basically mumbling to myself in my own like personal shorthand, and start sort of examining it. And I immediately just take out my notebook and start writing, like jotting down notes and things about everything, like just the way that it's shaped, the specific coloring, how it reacts to light, all of those kind of details, the weight of it, if it has any like any temperature about it, if it's like warmer than the surrounding temperature, like every conceivable detail.
Yeah, no, it's a crystal, and it looks crystalline, and as you're doing this, you're taking a couple of minutes doing this, and as you're doing it, the detect magic fades off.
Yep. Cool.
Oh, what are the rest of you guys doing?
As a top is thoroughly ignored. So now he's resorted to
Thoroughly.
hanging his legs over the walkway and tossing rocks down the well.
Landar's
Okay.
running back and forth to give him rocks.
You do not hear them land.
Oh, it's very deep.
They fall and fall and fall and fall.
Andwise did shout back.
Yeah, I typed in chat that I did holler back what Tally said to me about it being a mind flayer.
Yeah, I got no idea what that is. Sounds like that weird language he talks and writes about.
Could
All
be.
right, I'm gonna jump in the gondola and go back over.
Okay. Tally's is still just there. He hasn't noticed that you've left. Actually, I'm gonna start as I'm like kind of examining it. I'm gonna begin ritual casting. Identify. See if it radiates magic, so I might be able to figure out what it does.
Okay.
So it's to the party if they want to
And
stand
so
here
that'll
and
be in
wait
10
for
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
11 minutes. Yeah.
11 minutes, okay. All right, so what are the others doing? I mean, are you going to continue spending 10 minutes tossing rocks?
I mean, we really don't have a
Adwise is back.
choice
Cairo,
until
what are you doing?
everybody
Cairo,
comes
what are
back.
you doing?
Sharpening my axe.
Okay. I don't know how to do that without showing it to everybody.
You've already shown it to
Okay,
everyone.
so here's what it is.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
It's a smart rock.
It is. Okay. Yeah. So after that, figuring out what it does, I'm gonna go ahead and start making my way back.
Okay.
I'll just kind of. Well, I can't really see anything yet, so yeah, I'll make my way back over, and I'll say, oh, it's so it's essentially the fossilized brain of an immensely dangerous creature. Although in the state that it's in now, or what it basically does is, if you were to sort of link with it, you're able to speak to other people telepathically, and it can act as a light source as well.
So it's a glowy rock. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
You should let me. Oh, we should make it glow and then throw it down this thing. And I throw a rocket down the well.
Yeah, then we'd be able to see what's down there.
Oh, yeah.
That's true, but then we would not have this, and this can actually could be pretty useful in the right hands. Being able to talk telepathically to other people.
I mean, I guess. All right.
Well,
I think it's on that note. Now that everybody's back over here, is it time to go?
I don't think there's really anywhere else for us to explore around here. Now, Andwise, you didn't see anything in this area?
The other one is just another room, just like the other ones we've seen. The little mining pit with the ledge, and other than that, there was nothing in there. I mean, there's a lot of gems and geodes and all that kind of stuff.
Tallies didn't even notice the geodes when he walked in. As soon as he saw the skeleton, that was it. All right. Well, I mean, I guess you would know if they would be worth anything. So, if there's nothing else, may as well just get going.
To the surface.
Okay. Does the ritual casting of that drop concentration on your web?
The detect magic would have dropped concentration on the web.
Right. Okay. So you all make it back up. Let me grab you guys. Let me move you guys. How do I do this? Make that small. I'm gonna move you back to the top of the catwalk. You're not all on the map. I'm gonna put you here where you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and then move you onto the. Oops, I lost the lanterns. Okay, so you make your way, you wind your way back up, and go up the pulley, which the basket was up at the top. The bucket was up at the top from the cobalts going out. But it's easy enough. You've got the winch. You can bring it back down. Raise yourselves up to the upper level. Oh, that's gone. Right. Okay. How are you going to get across this now? You going to cast web again, or?
Azatoth, you think we can make it across, or should I create a safety net again?
While they're discussing that, I'm gonna carefully go out there and cross.
going to purposefully block his way. If I'm stuck over here, so are you. So, oh, looking at the wall next to the planks,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just a rough cut cavern, right? It's not like it's sheer rock. Or is it?
It's rough cut. Yeah.
So,
It does not look like it was mined out. It looks like they only cut into the rock wall enough to put supports
so would
for
it be
the.
fair then that there's enough places to find purchase for like hand and footholds?
Yes.
All right. Well then, in a display of great strength, I'm going to call upon my time living in the mountains, and I'm going to simply ignore the rickety wooden bridge, and we're just gonna grapple the side of the rock and start shimmying my way across.
Give me 2 athletics checks.
Oh no. Okay, come on. Bam!
And
That's
because shimmying, you like notice that you've
Yeah.
got some, places where it protrudes out.
and bam! Oh.
You make it look easy. So yeah, Azatoth gets out there and he's going for the handholds and he ducks around, and if Andwise sticks his head out and peeks around the corner, you've got he goes, he handles the parts that sort of jut in, he handles them with ease and gets around and gets over the other side and turns around and looks very satisfiedly back at you.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of, clears the dust from his hands. And that's how we do it.
All right, hugging the wall, I'm gonna carefully just walk across on the rickety bridge.
Okay. You have a little bit of difficulty. It's a little bit tenuous where Azatoth broke through before, but you don't have much difficulty.
All right. Seeing Andwise go through, I'm sliding against the wall and trying to overstep
Okay.
the open areas.
And you're a monk. You'll get across just fine. Okay.
All right. Tally's is just going to try and pick his way across the sturdier looking planks. Just trying to avoid any that look particularly weak. Just trying to try and get across it as quickly as he can.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Oh no.
Okay.
You get a little bit of balance issues, but you manage to make it safely across.
Okay.
Pyro, how are you gonna tackle this?
Okay, so we're trying to get across the bridge again, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep. But this time the webs aren't there.
The webs are not there. You know it's pretty rickety. You know that there's 2 particular weak spots marked with the blue X's.
Okay.
The others have
going-
made it across. You were far enough behind. I don't think you actually saw how Azatoth did it.
All right. Well, I'll try. I'll try carefully stepping over the weakened parts.
Okay. Give me a dex save as you're going across here. Let's see how good your balance is. Okay. As you step somewhat near the weakened spots, you can feel it kind of giving you can feel that it's weakened, but you are able to make it safely across.
Okay.
Okay. So, anything else before you leave the mines, or are you going to head out and head back to Terminal? At this point, it is well after midnight.
Should we take a rest here before we head back to town?
Well, what's the weather like outside? Has it cleared up?
Okay, so you're going to get up to the entrance. Actually, where did I put those kobolds? And grabby, and come here. Okay, as you get up to the sort of entrance room where they had the equipment and stuff in racks, not his lantern. I'm going to take Azathoth's lantern. As you come up there, the kobolds are actually still there. And Trex is standing there looking important and tapping his foot and looking kind of impatient, and the others are sort of a little bit on the subservient side, fussing around him.
The weather's still bad? This is what Tally says to Trex.
Indeed, it's still blizzard. We were here in the first place because of adverse weather.
Okay, well, I guess we should just wait until morning and hope it's cleared up by then. It's only a short shot to town once the weather's clear, but it's a bit of an arduous journey with the blizzard going.
You speak wisdom, friend. We shall stay here and wait it out. And he stands there in the entranceway, waiting.
All right, turning to the rest of the party. Yeah, it looks like the weather's still for the worst. So I guess we take rest here tonight and see if we can head out in the morning.
And if I recall correctly, yeah, this room where most of you are is the one that had benches and tables. That was the workspace. Benches and tables where they, pieces of gemstones, gravel, pebbles strewn around, a few hammers, picks, broken lanterns. Rex looks like he plans to just stand there the whole waiting. And the others, kind of give glances at him. And one of them kind of looks like he's going to sort of settle down kind of in the corner over there. And Trex gives a look and he immediately stands up again and he's waiting along with.
Y'all know it's warmer further in the cavern, right? As Landar yells out to the kobolds.
And the four kobolds look very eagerly at Trex. It's like, warmer back in the cavern. We can go back where we were staying. Oh, I suppose. And they come back further in. And so what arrangements are you intending to make? Or do we need to go back down to the area we were looking to set up as a residence? It wasn't very comfortable yet, I will be quite frank.
We're probably just going to stick around here for a while, and then in the morning head out towards the town. You're welcome to join us.
That is amenable. And you hear some whispering between some of the others. What does amenable mean? He said,
Agreeable.
letter. Oh, thank you. Our leader, he talks big words. Okay. Anything particular in the night? Or shall we fast forward ahead a little?
The only thing is, with like Tally's, he's probably going to spend some time trying to talk to Trex. One of the things that he's gonna do is he's gonna start speaking to him in Draconic, and say, "Well, your comment's very good, but I'd love to hear how your Draconic is. Just give me a chance to practice and maybe, brush up on my pronunciation when kobolds are." When speaking to kobolds, I know a lot of different clans have their different, methods of speaking, the different dialects and accents and whatnot.
You're saying all of that in Draconic.
In Draconic, yeah.
And he glares at you. And one of the other kobolds goes over. We're supposed to sound more civilized like and speak calm.
Okay. I mean, I understand that, but there's nothing wrong with being able to speak different languages after all. It's not only kobolds that speak the language of dragons. Dragons are among the most civilized creatures around, and there are the Dragonborn.
If we're supposed to go into regular society, we need to get accustomed to it, and Trex wants us to.
Okay. And does Trex just kind of refuse to acknowledge me?
Pretty much.
Okay. Tallies will just kind of shrug and say, "Well, if you don't want to help a scholar out, then I guess I'll leave you to it." And he'll go ahead and he'll try and attune to the Psy Crystal before going to sleep.
He will attune to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is the group basically settling down then?
Yep. Eating some rations before going to sleep.
Okay. Are we setting a watch? Are we?
That sounds very ominous.
What? No. Purely routine. It's just, normal practice, right?
Well, Tallies will be up for a couple of hours anyway, since he's going to be attuning. So he'll take the quote-unquote first watch.
Okay. Cairo, Azatoth, Endwise, what are you guys doing?
Well, if someone else is taking watch, I am sleeping.
Endwise will also be finding a corner that's pretty much away from them, but yet still in the same room.
Okay. Cairo?
I'll be doing the same.
Cairo. Give me a charisma save.
Okay.
So in your sleep, you have some dreams about something creeping up on you. Something kind of trying to grab you. And your dreams are rather unsettled for a while. Azatoth, give me a charisma save. And it settles down and you settle down to normal. Azatoth doesn't notice a thing. Okay. Landar, give me a charisma save. Okay. Lovely. All right, and Tully's. Roll me a D100.
Incidentally, once I've been up for about sort of 2 hours, I'm going to be heading over and like waking Anwise up and saying it's your turn for watch, because Tally's is going to be going to sleep as well. I can't like not sleep.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting. We settle down to sleep. It becomes quite quiet. And we're going to learn the result of those rolls next session.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I hope you had fun, and I will see you